Hi friends, if you're new to my channel, I'm Stephanie Wong, techie, former pageant queen, and hip hop dancer. I make videos about tech, career tips, and lifestyle tips. Today, I want to cover a topic I get asked about a lot, and that is resume tips. How do you format your resume? What language should you use? And how can you grasp the attention of recruiters, hiring managers, and your network on LinkedIn, not just for the tech industry, but in any industry you might be in? Having worked at Google for years now, I get to interview candidates, and I know what generally attracts recruiters. I'm going to give you my perspective after having reviewed resumes for dozens of people and revamping their resumes to land them jobs at Airbnb, Google, Gap, in engineering, project management, accounting, and finance. My first and most important tip for every job listing or experience you put, move your most important accomplishments to the top. Second most important after that, and third after that, and so on. You really don't want to list more than 5 to 6 bullets for each job. And the longer in the past your experience is, the less you really need to write about it. When it comes to deciding what is the most important, look at the job listing and align your bullet with their top preferred qualifications. Like in this Google data scientist position, you see it clearly states leveraging statistical data analysis and experience translating business questions to arrive at answers using data. Down below, it lists working with large complex data sets and developing forecasting methods. So if you match those qualifications, be sure to highlight those skills and achievements at the top. In this example, the data scientist job listing here stated they were looking for someone who could do deep market segmentation and analytics and present them to business stakeholders to lead real revenue impact. So we wanted to truly highlight that as the main takeaway for this section. For the most recent position, I had him move the first point up, which is that he currently leads all market analytics, resulting in 10% increased customer lifetime value. Secondly, he automated the data analysis and reporting needs for 30 plus stakeholders. As you move down, he presented all findings to executive management. Tip number 2. This is optional, but it can be helpful to list your technical skills at the top if you're applying for a technical position. Usually technical roles require a minimum preferred qualifications, whether that being able to code in certain languages or have proficiency in applications like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, Salesforce, etc. Now, if you look at that last resume example, I had him list his hard skills at the top. For data science, hiring managers want to see you already have experience doing predictive modeling, SQL, and Python proficiency, and other tools like Looker or Tableau. So without overdoing it, list those skills. This brings me to tip number 3. Sprinkle keywords all over your resume. Look at the job listings and use the same keywords. Recruiters don't have time to sift through thousands of resumes, and they spend an average of 7 seconds looking at a resume before potentially moving on. On top of that, they often use their internal systems to automatically filter through candidate resumes to pull the ones with keyword matches for the job they're hiring for. In this example, for this business development manager job, they're looking for growth in the B2B partner ecosystem, understanding market opportunities, trusting relationships with partners, and executing on go-to-market plans. Down here, they want a background in software development, SaaS experience leading cross-functional teams. If you can align your resume using keywords in the job listing you're going for, then absolutely do it. It'll more likely catch the eye of the recruiter, manager, or candidate tracking system when they're skimming through your resumes. Now, when it comes to how to position yourself and the language you use, make sure to take ownership in your projects. One of my biggest pet peeves is when resumes are simply a list of job descriptions. I don't want to just know what your position as a sales manager just meant overseeing a team of salespeople and driving business development for a region, or that as an accountant, you prepare financial statements. We can already assume what your responsibilities are. If you want to catch someone's eye, almost every listing on your resume should be an achievement or a high impact project that you drove. This means you need to communicate yourself as being the most integral to a project. Now, you might feel like you're slightly exaggerating, but don't be shy. And never lie about your leadership or role. At the same time, understand your value, your worth, and how much of a badass that you really are. Just don't be afraid to flaunt it. Use words like spearheaded, successfully implemented, strengthened, expanded, independently executed, drove, led, organized, and grew. For example, I didn't want this person to say they were a contributor or just helped a renewal contract with the New York Times. No, he spearheaded that $6 million close. In this case, I didn't want this accountant to just say she helps with budgeting, forecasting, and accounting, but that she planned and executed accounting for a public global $360 million biopharmaceutical company. Like, damn, that can help underline the scope of her impact. Don't forget, many jobs these days also value collaboration. So after you list some high accomplishments as a leader, showcase some instances where you were a key collaborator and worked cross-functionally. Another huge piece of advice I have is to showcase quantifiable results where you can. Now, this isn't always necessary because qualifiable results are important too, like managing relationships or organizing events. But metrics are something people can wrap their minds around more concretely and really packs a punch in your statements, so to say. In this example, she identified the highest impact sales opportunity and drove revenue goals to over $64 million, up 20%, while controlling a $54 million budget. Like, wow, that sounds way better than just maintained account controls by preparing and recommending policies. For this systems analyst, she didn't just develop custom Tableau dashboards, but she eliminated manual overhead for an entire department and improved data governance and efficiency by 50%. Now, if you feel like you can't think of any quantifiable impact you've made in your job, really sit and think, ask yourself, for everything you currently have in your resume, what impact did that really have on your own process, your efficiency, your team's efficiency, the company's bottom line? It can be really simple, like improving customer satisfaction by X%, or huge, like increasing revenue by thousands of dollars. Really just think hard about any time frame or metric you can pull. Aside from these 5 tips, you generally want to make sure your sentences are succinct, to the point, and aren't run-on sentences. Recruiters and managers need to quickly understand your value and alignment with the role. Make it easy for them to get to the point of what value you bring, because remember, they're very busy. I also recommend to always keep your resume no more than 1 page long. It's not an academic CV. No one will pay attention if it's longer than 1 page, unless you've worked for over 20 plus years and you have a lot of experience, but otherwise, short, crisp, and to the point. If you're just out of school, you can keep your education at the top, but generally I recommend to push that education experience down to the bottom. Add your GPA if you're recently out of school and make sure it's a good GPA. No one wants to see you got a 2.5 GPA, just keep it on the DL. You don't really want to raise any questions there. And don't forget to spell check your resume. I cannot tell you how many grammatical and spelling mistakes people find. It's a huge turnoff. Just have someone else check it for a new set of eyes. All right, that's all I got for now. I hope this was helpful. If you want more resume tips, comment below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.